walking in, merchandise and product and just walking away and nothing ever happens. So they're not looking for that. So that's why a lot of people are closing shop. I think Starbucks, believe it or not, is closing a whole bunch of locations. And it's almost unbelievable. But guys, let me tell you what's driving that. Most of what's driving that is inflation. That's number one. Things are more expensive. Okay. And number two, the people aren't making more money. They're not making more money. They're kind of it's almost like it's the employer market rather than the employee market, because employers can pay as little as they possibly can, which they do, for all of the workers that are, that are working for them. So if someone says, hey, you know what, you're not paying me enough, and if that individual has 50 or 150 other applicants and resumes on their desk, then it's okay. Give me a couple of weeks. Let's see if we can make that happen. Guess what they do in a couple of weeks? They go through some interviews. They find somebody to do it better than the other individual who has better credentials, better resume, better whatever, and they hire that person and they let the other one go. And they pay the new person less money. So you have to understand that this is all happening right now. All of these things are coming together. And I don't necessarily think it's a moral dilemma, because it's our moral obligation to make sure we can find these people and give them a way out and give them the opportunity to do something part-time. This is the best time for us because we can create something significant for those people. We can give them an asset. We don't have to teach them how to sell. We don't have to teach them, something they don't already know, something they're already doing, how to use these services. All we have to do is we have to teach them the system of MLM and ACN. And once they understand the industry of network marketing, once they understand, as we spoke last time about how to drive that vehicle, and once they understand the power of what residual income can do for them, then they get excited and they get on board. And the only way you can get somebody excited is by helping them understand, number one, how simple it is to do this business, that they can start to see real results within their first 3 to 6 months if they do it properly. And this is the most important thing. Most people in network marketing, most people, even in our company, don't really know how to do this business properly. I'm telling you. We had very, very different presentations when we got started. Ask Renato, somebody who's been here for more than 7 years, 7 years. They were very different. Terry, were presentations different? We never even used the slides. Forget about the videos. We never even used the slides. We presented on a whiteboard. And we had hundreds of people a month signing up. I'm telling you, it was crazy. Do you know why people were signing up by hundreds? Because number one, they got the concept. Number two, they saw the people that were getting into business with. Number three, they knew they never had to sell a thing, because not many people that looked at this information were salespeople. And just those three things. One, the company longevity of the company. Two, who are they getting involved with? Three, they never have to sell a thing. They don't have to be a salesperson. Because you say sales to anyone, like they have a heart murmur, like they have a palpitation immediately. Sales. They go crazy. I don't know why. People in sales professions, they never pressure anyone to buy. They help them make decisions. That's the sales process. It's to give you enough information so you can make a decision and not let life get in the way of that decision. Because most people say, well, we'll think about it. And then when they start to think about what are they going to do? Come home, sit down, and start thinking about the fact that they have to buy something. No, that's not that's not a real, it's not an objection. So in any case, this is nothing about sales. It has nothing to do with sales. It's offering and sharing with people services that they're already using, how they can have a better value on any one of those services in whatever market that they're in. And the second thing, more importantly than that, is building a team and growing your business, growing your asset. Guys, if you truly understand network marketing, and if you truly understand the compensation plan of an MLM business, just like ACN, your growth, if you do it properly, your business will never ever stop growing. There's no end to growing your business. It doesn't end on level 50 or 100 or 200 or 300. Your business should never ever stop growing. Because if the only thing that you need to do here is to find some people that are willing to do what you're doing and commit to doing that no matter what, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, a year, 18 months, 2 years, they're doing it part-time anyway. That time's going to go by no matter what. But when they can understand how to drive the business, how to drive down a line, and how to help people get started and teach them what they know so they can do the same thing and duplicate, this is why their business should never, ever, ever stop growing. And this is one of the things that I believe that we're missing right now, and it's missing from your mindset. And this is why I wanted you to read the 45-second presentation. Now, most of you are busy, most of you are driving, most of you are, commuting, most of you are doing things. I get it. So I'm going to get you a link so you can listen to the book. Okay? And it'll help you. But every single person on this call has to promise me and make a conscious effort, make a commitment to reading a book and finishing that book. Okay? It shouldn't take longer than an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if you're a really slow reader. Okay? It's a very, very short situation. And I'm telling you, it reads really well because it's just a person talking. Okay? Manny, I appreciate that, buddy. Manny just said he's committed. So next week we'll have a
We're
much better
committed.
conversation.
We are also committed. We're actually reading the book Think and Grow Rich and actually reviewing it and going over it. But as soon as we finish that book, that's the next book we're gonna hit.
Okay, sounds good. No problem. So very good, Lourdes. I appreciate it. Great stuff. Okay, Janice, I know it looks like you're singing happy birthday with a little horn there. Perfect. I'm assuming that stands for commitment. Beautiful. I love it. All right, you guys, good. Because next week when we talk about this, you should have a lot of more of this information already in you. You'll know a little bit about it. This is going to be a much more fruitful conversation. Okay? Because all I want to do is be able to help you master this, guys. And I think that once we master and commit to this, there's no stopping your business. Okay? You're not going to be able, even if you want to, you can't stop the business from growing. How many of you would like to have that problem? You can't see, if you truly understand that the only thing that we really have to do, okay? Like, I'm serious. Most people won't do it, but I'm telling you, the ones that will have all the success. And I'm almost certain that if you do it right in the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to see tremendous changes in your business. Tremendous changes in your business. Because you're going to know how to drive the business. You're going to know how to utilize the system to move forward, get unstuck 100% from where you are right now. So we all want to get committed to this one thing. Okay. And those are the numbers that I tried to share with you the other day. You guys remember that? Okay. And I told you what the difference was about how you can do 2, get 2, 3, get 3, 4, get 3, and then 5, get 5. Your commitment in the next 3 to 6 months, I would say within your next 30 days, because I think you can do it, is finding 5 people that want to do what you do, that are committed to finding 5 people, that are committed to finding 5 people, that are committed to finding 5 people, that are committed to finding 5 people. That's all. I just want you to understand that if you understand the power of this, and the reason why MLM works so well for those that know how to work it, this is why they become successful here. And I'm going to say, and I'll tell you that sometimes we think that it's a lot about moving the service. It's impossible for you to grow if services aren't offered and people aren't subscribed to the services, if they're not signed up, if they don't, if you don't acquire customers, it's not going to work. Don't get started if you're not going to acquire customers. But I promise you this, that in order for you to generate revenue from your 5th level, you have to have a minimum of 75 customer points. And if each service is 5 points, then how many do you need? How many customers do you need? 25. Does that make sense, you guys? Not even 25, 15, I think. I don't even know what the math is. What's the math? 75 divided by 5.
15, I think.
15. 25, you're at 125. Which is good. That's just going to give you more residual, right? But 15 customers, you guys, I mean, anybody can do that. 20 customers, anybody can do that. You will eventually do that. And every person on your team will eventually get there because they're not going to want to miss out on the money. I'm telling you, if you have a team that's growing exponentially, and you're not, and the only thing that you need to do is you have 5 or 6 customers, and the only thing you need to do to get to the 75 points and go out there and get 10 or 15, you're going to do it. Because you're missing out on thousands of dollars. You'll do anything you need to do to get to the points, to get to the value, to get to where you need to. So, and everyone will do that because everyone's starting with level 2, which is your first, which are your second group of 5. That's 25 partners. They're all going to do it. I just want you to imagine what that looks like if you start to add the numbers. And this is why I wanted you to get on the call today, so you can understand the power of numbers. Because I believe that most people that get involved in this business, especially right now, they're not paying attention. And that's why they're not excited. See, when I can tell you that instead of, even in the very, very beginning of the book, he brings this great example up and he says, you have a person A who makes $120,000 or $125,000 a year, and then you have a person B who's making $100,000 a year. Who makes more money? Right? The answer is almost ridiculously obvious, but that's not the case. Because the person who makes $125,000 works 40 hours a week. What's $125,000 a year? Let's do this. 100,000, 125,000. I'll do the math right now. 125. Okay, we divide that by 52 weeks, correct? That's 2403. 2403 per week. Okay? Times. So that's about $2,800, right? 2,800, 28 times 12. No, sorry, that's about 20. Hang on one second. 125. Sorry. So that's $10,000 a month. Okay, that's $10,000, a little over $10,000 a month. Okay, how many hours do we work in a month? If you're working a 40-hour week, roughly 150, 160, a little more than 160 hours. So let's say that 10,400, because that's what it was, 10,400 divided by, what did I say, 160. That's $65 an hour. Plus you're going to pay a ton of tax. Okay? That's your typical person who makes $125,000 a year. If I'm making $100,000 and I'm working 10 hours a week because we build this residual business, who makes more money? See, 10 hours a week times 52 weeks divided by 12. That's 43 hours a month. $43 hours a month. The other person works 40 hours a week. It's 4 times less. You're working 4 times less, and you're making almost the same money. This is why this is so exciting, you guys. And he obviously does a much better job than I do. But the point is this, you guys, what we're missing is the residual factor. That's number one. And number two, you can build this business to give you much more than $100,000 on doing it part-time, if you know exactly what to do. Customer acquisition, you can learn from any training that we do. But you need to learn how to create leverage, because leverage is the ACN system. Leverage is the MLM system. Leverage is how people start to create financial freedom. Because it's not how much money you make, it's how much money comes in without you having to work. So if all of your expenses were $5,000 a month, let's just take a number. You'd need to have $1 million in the bank at 6% to make that residually. That will be a $5,000 a month deal. $1 million in the bank at 6% APR, okay, to make $5,000 a month. And that would cover your expenses. So what's $5,000 a month? That's $60,000 a year. You can do that fairly quickly in a business like this, if you do it properly. How many of you think that if you do half of that, that will be $2,500 a month? Residual income, passive income, using leverage, so you're not the one putting in all the work. So understanding that when you learn how to do this, all you have to do is teach the other person how to do it properly. And what they do is they teach the other person how to do it properly, and the next person, and the next person, and the next person. And that's why your business should never stop growing. Because if the commitment of every individual is the same as yours, which is to find 5 people, they're going to do exactly what you're doing, no matter what, committed to doing that, to find just 5. See, one of the things that I believe that a lot of people don't understand is when they look at information like this and when they're looking at a business like this, they think they have to go out there and recruit the world. Like, how am I going to get so many people on my team? Well, you have to duplicate. You're going to duplicate yourself and help other people do the same thing. And when that starts to happen, you start to see some real growth. Your team starts to grow. Everyone becomes a customer. Everyone goes to at least 75 points because they don't want to miss out on all of the 5 levels they're going to get paid through. What crazy individual would not want to get 75 points to get all that leverage. I mean, I don't know a single person. Like, let me tell you something. When my Hasidic organization started to grow, like really grow and expand very quickly, when we were putting in close to 1,000 points, more than 1,000 points in a month, the guy that introduced me to those people, he said, what do I have to do? I said, you need to get to 75 points. You know what he did in the next 2 weeks? Got 75 points. And he was doing probably pulling in $2,500 to $3,500 a month. Leveraging everyone else's efforts. He went out there, got uncomfortable for 2-3 weeks, got all those bills, got all those points. And you know how excited he was with his next check? I'm surprised he didn't, take me out to dinner, but it's all right. We're still really good friends, and we still work together. He's a great guy. In any case, does that make sense to you guys? So I want to show you the numbers. There's a really great feature that I just recently learned here in Zoom called Whiteboard. Okay, can you guys all see my whiteboard? All right, very good. Where are my tools? There should be. I can only move it. Where are my drawing tools? I don't know. Hang on. It's presentation, comment panel, all eyes on me, close whiteboard, page 1, mini map. Where are my tools? I had this in my own presentation, but I'm not seeing it here. Does anybody know why? Oh, no, board. View. Oh, it's export. Oh, I can't. You're supposed to be able to draw on this, but I'm not sure why I don't have my tools. I don't know why that is. It's very, very odd. Renata, would you be able to make me host for just 1 second? Maybe that's why. I don't think that's the reason, but
Absolutely, yes.
let's check real quick and then.
Your host now.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let's try that. It looked like it just showed them, but then it went away. Okay, can you guys see this? Me drawing?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So you can see. So this is classic. Fine, we'll just use this. That's fine. So here's what I wanted to show you. Okay, so you'll have to pardon because I'm drawing with a mouse. I don't know what that looks like, but whatever. But forgive this. Okay, this is you guys, okay? And we're gonna do this. And I'm gonna show you the numbers because they're really important. If you guys know how to draw with a mouse better, I'll take lessons from you, okay? This is terrible. In any case, look, we talk about 2 getting 2. 2 times 2, okay? So your first level is 2, your second level is 4. If you multiply that by 2, that would be, your third level would be 8 people. Everybody with me so far? Okay, 8 times 2 would be 16. And then 16 times 2 would be 32. So in this example, what you're seeing is this: 32 plus 16, 48, plus 8, 54, 50, 56, 62. So is this math correct? there's 62 people in your business. Okay, so you have 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32. 62 people. You have 62 people in your business if you just go 2 by 2. And we're going to decide that each person is not, and by the way, this is going to continue to level 6 and on, right? Because these 32 people are committed to only one thing. And that one thing is finding 2 business partners who are going to go out and find 2 business partners. Is that cool with you guys? I need you to, like, this is the most important part. If the person you're sponsoring is not willing to commit to drive at least 3 levels down and help people on their first, second, and third level achieve this, then they're probably not going to do this. They're not going to stick around. But if the person is committed for 3, 6, 12 months to do this, I guarantee they can do this within their first 30 to 60 days. If they're committed on 5 hours a week, they can do it. We'll teach you how to do it. You can do it. You know, we'll teach you what to say. It's all in the front napkin present. We'll adjust it so it fits ACN. We're in compliance and we're good to go. Okay. Here's your next situation, you guys. So let's just do this math real quick before we go to the next one. We got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. Perfect. So watch. You have 62 business partners, and let's just say they all just get 20 customers. That's 1,240 customers. If they each get 10, each get 10. Did I say 10? I said 10, right? Did I say 10? Yeah. So did I say 10 or 20? I think I said 20. 20. If they get 20 customers, and they will, okay, so that number would be, I believe that would 1240, right? Because 62 times 2 is 124. Okay, so now your team has 1,240 customers. What's an average bill? You guys want to go real conservative? $30? Okay, let's say 30 bucks. 1,240 times 30. Your revenue is $37,200 from your team. What do we make on each level? It's probably going to break out a little different, but I think if you just take the overall revenue and take 4%, $1,488. How many of you are excited about that number? This is monthly commissions, residual. This is residual income for you guys. If this doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. I'm serious. Like, this is not, you can do this in 30 to 60 days. If you're serious, this is 2 getting 2. This is just 2 getting 2, you guys. Okay, I'll fix the math and make sure these numbers are correct on our next training. But I need you to get this and look, if we just do 3, get 3. Your level 1, 3, level 2, 9, level 3, 27, level 4, 81, and level 5, 243 business partners. Okay, so if we take 243 plus 81 plus 27 plus 9 plus 3, it's 363 business partners, 363 teammates. Okay, 363 teammates. What if they get 20 customers each? 20 times 363. They'll have 7,260 customers just on 5 levels. We generate revenue before we go RVP through 5 levels. Okay? I'm not including your personal income. All I'm saying is that I'm sorry, this should not be a dollar sign. It's just customers. Okay? 7,260 customers. How many of you can do that by yourself? And it's impossible. But if you get 3 people that are committed to doing this, I'm telling you, this should never ever stop. And the difference is 1. Because 2 and 3, the difference is 1. So you're sponsoring 3 people instead of 2, and everyone else is doing the same thing. If there's 7,260 customers and each bill is $30, which it isn't, but let's say that it is, your monthly revenue is $217,800. That's with this example. This is 3 get 3. This is 2 get 2. What's 4% of $217,800? This is the commitment you're looking for, because at this point, you're making more money than the guy that makes 125 and works 40 hours a week. You're now generating $104,544. So not more, not yet. You're almost there. So I can't even explain to you how crazy this business really is. And what we're not doing is we're not looking for people and explaining this to them, because this is what they need to see. This is what they need to see. See, we all think it's just about us. How do we do? What do I have to do? You gotta learn and understand that this is a leverage business. This business is all about getting a lot of people to do a little bit every single day. And then eventually, once you've got your 3, once you've got your 4, once you've got your 5, I'll get you all those numbers next week. And hopefully you've read the presentation and you see some of the numbers there. And we're going to break it out so we can see what our compensation plan is going to look like with these numbers. This is how we used to present you guys. This is what got people excited. It's not the fact that we have the best services. People are already using them. It's not the fact that, we have better rates. It's the concept of being able to create the leverage and give other people the same opportunity, teach them how to drive this vehicle of ACN, teach them how to drive it so they know what they're doing and they can duplicate it through and through and through. And when they do, that's when they'll start seeing all the results. Guys, I haven't mentioned a single thing about customer acquisition bonuses. I haven't mentioned a single thing about overriding customer acquisition bonuses. I didn't mention a single thing about positions, earned positions. All I'm telling you is how this is going to start to play out. And when it does, okay? When it does, and once it does, those positions, you'll hit them because you don't even want to. You'll hit them by default. You're going to hit RC by default. You're going to hit RD by default. You're going to hit RVP by default. How many think that's a pretty good deal? How many lines do you need to become an SVP? 6 lines. Let me tell you what you can do. You can do 6 by 6, or you can do 4 by 4. And then once you have a solid organization, or 5 by 5, either find 2 more and then build a new line, and that'll take off just as quickly as anything else. And those default positions will hit on their own. Well, once you have a team of, let's say you decide to do 5, and you decide that that's going to be what you're going to do, or 4, whatever it is, okay, because you need 4 to go RVP, you can do 4. Go 4. Go 4 wide, and then just blow it up. Then just do whatever you want. I don't even think you need 4 to go RVP anymore. Used to be like that. You don't need 4. That was the old school.
You don't need 4. You don't need 4. We
Might as
needed
well do
4.
5 or 6.
We had 4 RDs before.
Yeah, right. We had to have 4 RDs, correct. And then bill it, right? And then now it's significantly less. It's 3,000 points. Okay? So this is the whole deal, you guys. This is the game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn this game. We're gonna learn exactly what to say, exactly how to get people to get excited about this. And we're going to teach them exactly what we're doing so they know how to duplicate it for themselves and grow for themselves. Because this is your goal, you guys. This is our goal. Because this is a good time for us to get everybody to grow. Number one, we're going to explain what MLM is so people don't get confused with direct sales and retail and pyramids and all this other BS that people think they know. We're going to explain it. We're going to explain it. We're going to show how it works. And we're going to teach people what they need to do and how to drive this so they can grow on their own. And once you have those 3 levels, if you're going to do 5 by 5, you're going to have 125 people on level 3 for you. It's going to go 525, 125. That's going to be 155 business partners. On your once you get to level 3, you should have 155 business partners in your team. How many of you think that's pretty awesome? The only goal for us is to find 5 people that are committed to getting 5. And they can do. We don't want them to do any more. We don't want them to do any less. We want them to commit to 5. If you commit to 5, you will have an amazing business that grows without you. And I'm telling you, anyone can become a leader. Anyone can make this happen as long as they learn how to drive. If you learn how to fly a plane, you can fly a plane. If you learn how to drive down ACN and use the system to drive it, you'll be able to become successful and have as much freedom as you want. Services are fantastic. Services are going to come by default. If you have enough people and there's enough leverage, they're going to get services. Everyone's going to get qualified. Everyone's going to buy everyone's going to sign up for something. They're not going to have a choice because remember the commitment? You got to get 5 and you got to get 20 services so you can have all of that leverage and make sure you generate revenue from the leverage from 5 levels. You need 75 points. Let's imagine every person in your business having 75 points. Just imagine what that looks like. Just imagine what that looks like. Outside of your 75 points or 100 or 200, whatever it is you guys want. This is the game, you guys. This is what we got to learn. This is how we have to present it. This is how we have to share it. One-on-one, one-on-two, whatever makes most sense. Find people that get excited. We'll show you how to do it on a napkin. We'll show you how to do it on a small piece of paper. Do it any way you want. Make it your own words, but use the right strategy and use the right facts so people get excited. Your goal right now is to get people more excited about this than they're excited about their job. Get them more excited about finding 5 people to get involved with this company because everyone's got services and committing to finding the 5. I'm telling you, you're gonna find the 5. You're gonna find the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1, whatever, however you would decide to start. But if you show them how it works, how it looks, how it starts to happen, this is where the excitement starts to come in. That's why people were signing up by hundreds into Renata's business when Boris and Renata started, when Byron was here. You know what we did? We drew circles. You don't need technology to prove to someone that this can work for you and for them. As a matter of fact, if you don't use the technology and say, imagine what you can do if you use technology. That's powerful. That's how you get leverage. So now I know it's time. So we're gonna end this. I know Manny, oh, not Manny. Who's presenting tonight? Gold's presenting tonight, right? Okay, wonderful. I know we usually do this on Wednesday, but it was my anniversary yesterday, so I skipped on you guys. Anyway,